Hello humans, today I am watching a video about why the Gemini project was critical for NASA's moon landing. I don't know really anything about Gemini. I watched a little bit of a video about all the different Gemini missions a little while ago, but about the actual program I don't really know anything. So this is from the Smithsonian channel. Hopefully they don't copyright claim me, and we'll just get right into it. So my understanding is that pre-Gemini, our only understanding of getting into space, our only technology of rockets and everything was ballistic missile technology. Because I believe NASA started with missiles, or this might even be pre-NASA. Pre-NASA started with missiles, and that was our foundational understanding of rockets was missiles. And then we moved from missiles into non-military, non-destructive goals for rocket technology in one sense. And then that's what kind of led into the Project Gemini era of hey, we can strap people onto these things and put them into space and have them not explode. That's my understanding. So I guess they're going kind of from that technology era into, because Gemini was pre-Apollo. I guess they would have known about anti-gravity before Gemini then. If they were already doing training in anti-gravity with the dive planes, I guess they would have had to have known that space. When did we discover space was anti-gravity? Was that just scientifically inherent and I just never realized that? Or did we at some point send something up and realize there was no gravity? And then we were like, oh, I guess there's no gravity up. Which one was it? Was it mathematically inevitable, or did we experience it first? Kind of what the Artemis is currently doing, right? Artemis 2 was about maneuvering. Artemis 3 is about rendezvousing, connecting and disconnecting from things. And Artemis 4, I think, is moon landing. I wonder why we need to do all that again. Couldn't we just use all the info from the Gemini era and the Apollo era to cross-apply to the Artemis era so we don't have to retest things over and over and over again?
Said than done.
That's a cool exoskeleton view of, because Gemini would have been 2 people, right? Gemini was 2 people, Apollo was 3 people, Artemis is 4 people. And I'm going to name the next one just because no one has yet. Olympian will be after Artemis, it'll be 5 people. Kind of understood that was the case because of how Artemis had to slingshot around the moon really wide. I don't think that's what I'm thinking of, actually. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think I understand the concept they're explaining, though. I think I watched something at some point where someone had to do what they're talking about. If you don't know, by the way, I'm recording this post-Artemis. I don't know if I realized both of them were on Gemini 7, because they were both on Apollo 8. Interesting.
Days later, Wally Schirra and Tom Stafford followed in Gemini 6.
Wait, they launched... Let me just go back and make sure I heard that correctly. They launched days of...
Later, Wally Schirra
11 days.
and Tom Stafford followed in Gemini 6.
Wow. Wait. Sorry, I'm going to rewind that again.
Orbit aboard Gemini 7.
So they launched Gemini 7 and then Gemini 6? Why? Why not just flip the names and the first one's Gemini 6 and the next one's Gemini 7? Why would you do it backwards? And 11 days is a crazy turnaround time for the 60s, right? He said 65, 66. I mean, SpaceX currently does that amount of turnover, but I don't think they launch the same rockets that closely. I'm not sure actually how closely they launch the same rockets together, but that's very, very close. I mean, the Artemis missions are a whole year apart each. That's crazy. it's so much higher quality than like the Artemis 2 footage was. I know a lot of people crapped on the Artemis 2 footage in general, especially on takeoff. It was just awful, but this is even better than that was. That's crazy.
For
Maybe it's been
hours back and
maybe it's been 4K upgraded or something. It is a Smithsonian after all.
forth to see.
Kennedy Space Center a few months ago, they had a docking simulator you could do, and I was terrible at it. I could not dock two objects. I tried like 3 different times to dock 2 objects, and I could not do it. I kept veering wildly off course or crashing into the thing. It is a very difficult maneuver to do. But I'm sure with months and months of training, I could have gotten it.
The birth of spacecraft pilot.
Oh, well, that's it. I didn't realize it was that short. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or any answers to my questions, feel free to leave a comment. And this is a freebie for you guys. I usually do much longer videos, so enjoy the rest of your free time however you see fit. And like and subscribe would be appreciated. It is free after all. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to, because it is your life. Have a great day on Earth.